through the 1-3-1.
For sure, this is one of those games in solo queue. You see that matchup, you're spamming cloth armor pings at the beginning of the match because there is huge value on that. And they've got champions that can build it very effectively here on the side of TSM. All eyeballs are going to be on Clutch, and if they can extend the series, though, TSM looking to punch that ticket to Worlds already so early in the day.
Pretty crazy stuff. You have to think Bjergsen with Spica.
Yeah, and I think that's actually really smart when you're playing Rakan specifically into a Tahm Kench lane, because your engage actually has to catch the Tahm Kench as well as the AD really to be effective there, as Oni and Broken Blade trading so heavily, and this is because Lyra is actually trailing him. He's trying to get him low for a potential dive here. Lyra is going to walk up through these brushes, and if Broken Blade is low enough, we may see them go in for this. Let's see if the stun will land.
Flawless duet right on the left side of the turret would have been perfect timing. Now he's got to really distance it. Flashes forward to make it work. Has no charge on the dash. And they're just going to go for the autos. He's going quite deep, though. No Lyra's coming in. They say maybe we can take Spica as well. A 5 and a 4 versus a level 4 jungler. Does he have the flag and drag to make it happen? Spica's crawling this one around as Bjergsen slowly walking over, but it's taken a while. Him and Demonte still have a bit of ground to cover here. Squire's Bloom goes down, and Demonte pushes off Bjergsen.
That was such a bold play from Spica, trying to 1v1 just with a challenging smite there. Gives away a kill. I was going to say that play set up from Clutch. The reason they can go so aggressive is because they will be rewarded by denying the triple stacked minion wave no matter what. So Huni was like, you know what? I'll trade flashes. I'll chase you down. I'll go for the damage. I'm denying you all this experience from these minions, regardless of if we get the kill or not. But then Spica goes back in. They end up getting a kill on top of it.
Yeah, this was odd.
Yeah, Spica decides he's going to re-engage, and one of the kind of worst parts about this is it actually baits Broken Blade into staying around to try to help him. So Broken Blade does not actually complete anyone taken off the map before.
Monte's a grass puller.
Yeah, it looks like it. He continuously loves that terrain. It really makes it hard to kind of follow up on anything for Bjergsen, but this one, quite follow-upable, if you will. Supreme display of talent stolen from Demonte, and they use it against the jungler. And now it's going to be, or the top laner, now it's going to be a quick fight here. Spica could go down. Spica lives! He gets the HP back as well, and Lyra's going to have to flash out. Talk about everything coming up, TSM.
There can only be one true Supreme display of talent. And Bjergsen actually gets the better one this time around. Even when Clutch going to answer, they can't do it. Spica timing here is so good. It was called from Broken Blade to roam down the river, so Spica gets there, starts it off for Bjergsen, easy knock over into the wall. Then Clutch try and answer because they think they have the ultimate advantage, but it gets turned around so quickly. Lyra goes and they split a little bit, allowing for the extra kill here. Trading 1-for-1 and having to blow their flash on the way out.
Yeah, it was a nice attempt, especially with the Ezreal ult coming across from bot lane to add in some extra damage. They thought that they would have had that damage needed to actually burst down a couple members, but Nahuni, just kind of a bit of lazy pathing there. They know he's missing from topside. He didn't have tracking on where Spica was, so he gets caught out and he gets punished very heavily.
That's one aspect of TSM that people have really been looking for since they've rotated through so many junglers. You know, how well are they going to work with the jungler? How well can they communicate and call him in? I think that was since Broken Blade was trailing Huni down the river, calling, hey, Spica, this is an opportunity here. He gets in with the control ward, and it results in a positive play for them. They're still down 1,000 gold versus Clutch due to Clutch's successful early start and that massive CS denial, especially on the top side of the map.
But you can see some important itemization coming through. Early armor, right? Tabby's already done here for Broken Blade. The Seeker's arm guard built up here for Bjergsen and likely going to go into a Proto Belt or something along those lines next. But it's going to be so efficient against all this damage here. Demonte wants Bjergsen.
Bjergsen hit up, Supreme display onto him, but I don't think they're going to want this follow-up fight. Nuts Flawless duet to stop the team, and Clutch gets the idea to assess another target. That's going to be Sven that they take down first. Speak is going to get chased down behind the red buff now as it's Goonie dropping off Broken Blade there. The rest of TSM does not want this fight as they lose their jungler, and Clutch bite down hard in the middle of the map.
Kind of similar to last game, I guess. TSM get an Infernal Drake, but Clutch strike back, and they get the kills on the way out. The bottom lane rotating over. Sven gets taken down very quickly, and that is going to be a pretty big push there for Clutch.
Yeah, and they're actually just going to move their bot lane top, potentially reset, set up for this Rift Herald that is now spawned up here. So TSM does get the Infernal. That is big for them, but Demonte had caught out onto Bjergsen here. Certainly not enough damage to knock him down, but a good flash here from Demonte, avoiding the R flash there from Smoothie, and it is this turnaround onto Sven. When he gets caught out, separated from the rest of the team, TSM won't have enough damage to actually continue the fight.
Yeah, you could see the communication there. Sven was trailing, thinking that he was going to be the caboose for this gank on mid lane, and yet the Ezreal was behind him, so he ends up getting pinched and gets killed off in the aftermath. Both bottom lanes answer with the switch up to top side, so everybody well aware Rift Herald's the next prize. There is no objective on the bottom half of the map pulling anyone down there, so it is all Rift Herald all day now.
Is this our latest Rift Herald this year? No.
11 minutes.
11 minutes in, and TSM is going right for it when it comes up.
Yeah, I do think it also gives him freedom now for Huni to work in that 1v1. He has the gold lead, so if you know jungler is going to be on top side of the map, which they have spotted Spica now, you know, Huni has a little bit more agency to push with Reckless Abandon, and he's shoved in that bottom wave and is now threatening to move up towards that mid lane for a potential play there.
Really liking the Demonte Moby boots here. Whatever terrain you have, you run faster than next to that, so he can zoom himself around the map now in the river. See what he gets out of this.
Again.
Maybe a little crowd control. He can stun back Flash over the wall, but he doesn't have Flash. He can't get the stun out, and he gets locked up himself. Demonte goes down.
And that is twice now out of that brush that Spica has caught a clutch solo laner, and this should be Rift for TSM.
That's Spica's favorite spot and Spica's favorite control ward. Pays off again for TSM. This one will be rewarded in an objective.
Early part of the game was quite crazy towards that top lane. A little bit more love towards that side of the map now, just 12 minutes later, and we'll see if they can grab Rift Herald. Lyra's on the other side of the wall. Maybe he can sneak in and get this smite there. He's trying to creep in, but he says no. Is the window to fight there, though, for Clutch Gaming? That's the next question. Tagging a few abilities. Cody Sun, Arcane shifts forward. Broken Blade and Huni going on a little 1v1 adventure down towards mid. But it looks like this one fizzles out with not too much happening, and TSM will get Rift Herald.
Yeah, nicely done by TSM there, following up on that pick. Able to take another objective here. Down a little bit of gold, but with the Rift Herald as well as that Infernal, their position in this game is pretty good.
And the kills are going to their solo laners. Bjergsen now with 2 for Silas, trying to fund his Proto Belt and Zonias. He will be a very tanky Silas.
Oh.
Broken Blade is dead. It's catch me up on that one as Kiana found him in the jungle.
Nicely done. Definitely the combo we'll have to see there. I think he came in with water to stun. Yeah, he does have water to stun. Initiates after that.
He should have seen that.
Terrain.
He just knocked the plant. Like that if you're paying attention, you should use it. When you're this far ahead, you can essentially ignore the tower and start to actually threaten dives onto this Aatrox.
Great buddy system they have in mid. Not looking good, however. Buddy system topside for TSM. They forgot to leave somebody next to Bjergsen, and that's going to be a Lyra Demonte pickup. TSM not really in position to make a move around the map, so Clutch pick up a little bit more and aren't even going to pressure this one.
Yeah, these are very key pickoffs for Demonte. He's choosing his targets wisely because the armor is going to keep on coming. We already have a bunch of armor stacked on Sejuani. We have 2 of the Ninja Tabi already. We expect to see more of them coming through for TSM. So trying to take down Bjergsen while he just has the Seekers and doesn't have a Zonia's fully completed right now and was at low HP to begin with is very important since Cody Sun is basically full AD right now. Ezreal hasn't splashed too much AP in there. And with the extra lead here for this team, they might be able to brute force.
Yeah, and it looks like for now they're just going to utilize Huni on this bottom side to try to draw pressure. You know, TSM may need to send additional men down to actually deal with Huni, and if you can set up that type of position, you can really start to kind of force elsewhere on the map, get vision, try to start taking away these camps, but as of right now, it is just going to be Clutch pushing out those waves, then regrouping with Huni here.
Forward wards being placed. You see a bit of a move in, as you said, from Huni. That pink's going to go down by the red buff. Nice damage from Cody's Son as he walks forward with Lyra. And it seems like they're just tempting TSM, figuring out how much TSM feels like they need to aggress or push themselves into a bad situation. But they're asking the question to the wrong team. TSM is ready to take the fight accordingly as it comes. We already see supreme display of talent on Bjergsen. He probably wants to get that set up on more than just one member. TSM moving together downriver. Slices for Huni. Keeps himself safe on the bot side, and looks like he'll try to keep Broken Blade down there as long as possible, even though low on mana. Goes for Krugs in a bit of a fight up towards the top side of the map. Now it starts to get a little bit antsy where everybody does want something, but I still think we're gated here by the minute and a half of Infernal Drake.
Yeah, and everybody's holding onto their teleports right now, too. Demonte by himself top, though.
Supreme display of talent on the turret. Demonte still goes down. So sorry, so close to getting out, though, and that's going to be another pickup on the side at TSM. Quickly moving around the map, and it just seems like straggler pickoffs are the name of the game right now.
Yeah, and that's a nice play for TSM. Didn't hit the Supreme display of talent, but are able to actually locking him down with Smoothie, blowing the summoners, blowing the ultimate, getting in on top of him, and that's an easy setup for Spica to then follow up with that Sejuani ult. So TSM, getting picks of their own back. This is certainly something they need to do. They are on the back foot a bit here and want to try to pull themselves back into parity potentially before this next Infernal.
Yeah, Kiana's a very good target for them to go after. They knew they had the numbers advantage there and are able to walk through that previously set control ward to make that dive happen. Some money back for themselves. See if they can actually set up, because the next dragon is, guess what? Another Infernal! And we're 30 seconds away with currently the vision in Clutch Gaming's favor. So they have priority right now.
They want Sven.
Flawless duet, just missing Vanguards as well as Sven gets himself to safety. That was a flash used, however. And now it's going to be 16 seconds for Infernal. Last one to come up on the map cannot be matched, as you're only going to get 3 of that one element.
All right, TSM are going to try and stall right now because they're keeping Bjergsen on top half of the map. They want to be able to get that turret while Clutch Gaming go for this Infernal Drake. And even though there's a ward in there, they're giving up on it because everybody else also going top. TSM decided not to fight this Infernal Drake, and they're going to try and trade across the map.
Yeah, and I think this is smart. TSM know they're in a weaker position right now. You just lost Flash off of your AD as well, so the potential for Flash, Kiana, all Jarvan, etc., all piling in is very real. So they're going to have to respect that fact, and we'll be giving up another Infernal, while TSM are going to try to push for a second potential turret, or at least some damage down on it.
Yeah, not a whole lot of follow-up coming from those two, but if they have time, they can whittle it down and prep it for the next move that they want. Looks like they should have enough damage to take it down. The True Shot Barrage from Cody's son, and a little help from Demonte does keep it standing tall onto Sven. That's going to be a hit in from Leary. He tries to actually get to the flash in knock-up, and they're not going to be able to be successful on that, but they are successful on the kill and turret, and that's what matters for Clutch.
Yeah, this is actually huge. They can continue pushing on turret number 2. The only defense that TSM had mid was Sven, and with him down, that is a quick second turret pick up there for Clutch Gaming, which opens up the entire map. Now they have no mid turrets with which to try and defend off of. That is your pivot point for both the Dragons and Baron defense here. It makes it really hard to keep up that defensive line of control wards through your jungle. So Clutch Gaming very quickly kind of blow open the doors.
Yeah, and I mean, they end up in the long run getting so much more out of that. It wasn't just the Infernal then traded for a turret. They ended up getting killed, 2 turrets of their own, and certainly are looking poised to take a very big advantage of this game. But it is now Baron time, 22 minutes in. So the Vision battles must now begin in this area. And TSM does have a smattering of wards around that river, and even some of those deeper wards, back into the Clutch Gaming side. And really this is what has to all be kind of cleared out by Clutch, and then we want to see them trying to establish their battle lines and looking for fights around those jungle corridors where Kiana's so strong.
Vanguard's edge is down. They'll take that fight. Double Vanguards, and who's going to get this one? Hooney's now in a 3v1. Smoothie doesn't even come to the fight to go in there.
Baron is up right now while they put 4 members.
Cody's son over the wall. He could possibly get devoured. Oh, they got a flash over for him. This is not what they wanted. Now devoured by Vulcan. Supreme display of talent twice across the wall for both of the mid laners. Spica's getting pretty low here in the middle of the fight and can't get out because of the Cataclysm, and Lear's going to go into stasis. Everybody's looking for the next target. The first one to go down. Who's it going to be with a low HP? They skitter away from each other, and nobody has gone down except for Bjergsen in this fight. No more follow-up after the mid laner falls.
Yeah, the health is too low for Clutch to start the Baron here, though. So thankfully for TSM, it was a close enough fight to prevent that follow-up. And Cody's son just initiating it, dashing over the wall into the Silas's face, getting things started here for Clutch.
It looked like they wanted to devour back over the wall, and then he just created a little too much distance. You saw Vulcan have to flash over for it. Can't wait to see it again. Here it is.
All right, this is the start. Yeah, they know they're got their eyes on Bjergsen. Immediately, though, from the brush, Smoothie jumps onto Cody, and he gets a little bit worried. But Vulcan flashes over, even after getting knocked up, is able to get the Devour off. And then the re-engage there, they'll jump down, Jarvan ultimate the rest of them, but Speak is able to Q flash out on Sejuani, so no further casualties on either side.
Yeah, and Sven staying very healthy in this fight really was what kind of pushed Clutch back from trying to continue. We can now see that Kodisen is going to build towards some AP. He already had the Sork boots, and it is going to be this Gunblade as opposed to going straight for that Blade of the Rune King. And we may see something along the lines of a Ludens next. That can be pretty popular with these kind of poke style Ezreal builds where we see them putting both the red buff and the blue buff onto this Ezreal and allowing him to really get a lot of work done.
3 strong in mid. Kiana
Huni
coming down the top side of blue. Huni flanking now onto Sven. Out of position. Sven is down. Rest of TSM has to find their way in through their own front door because they cannot base to the fountain. That's an ultimate stolen. Only Vanguard's dead for Bjergsen isn't going to really do too much against Clutch as they are now inside the base. Spica in the eyes of the team of Clutch here, locked up in Cataclysm. How can TSM answer? They can only watch their jungler fall. Clutch has control of the rift.
Yeah, they knocked that door right down. Once again, Sven was the only member of TSM in mid lane, so they kill him. They take down the inhibitor turret plus the inhibitor. They abyssal voyage towards Baron as well, and they will be able to pick that up.
Yeah, Spica trying to cut the minions, it looked like. They're coming from behind from Clutch, but there was no way they were ever going to be able to take that team fight for TSM once Sven was already down, so Clutch kill off the jungler, taking away any chance really of a steal here, and Bjergsen wandering over to the area, but he will be far too late. The Baron is going to go to Clutch.
Looking like we're going to get another game of this series. Here's another eyeball on Huni with the flank. He knows he has flash advantage over Sven, so he makes it stylish once again with the R-Flash Aurelia, able to finish him off with the stun. And then this is what you're talking about, where Spica flanked from behind, but they are already down on members.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see what he was thinking was going to happen here, right? Like, how is TSM going to follow up? And I'm not sure if he was trying to cut the wave. It didn't look like it. It looked like he just wanted to engage, but throws away his life and guarantees that this Clutch Gaming team will be getting Baron.
Guardian Angel purchase for Demonte. He and Huni can dive in even harder now with the ability to be devoured by Vulcan if he is behind them. And here we are towards the bot side of the map. Objective free across the board, just the turrets left, so that means it's bot side time as Clutch looks to put the finishing touches on the outer tier turrets. This one's gonna fall pretty fast. Nobody's on the top side of the map, so expect this engage to last quite a while here in the bot.
Oh, teleport behind. This is a teleport flank deep from TSM. We see on the minimap, it's Bjergsen Stylus coming through. They'll have to go through control wards.
Who's he going to steal, though? Demonte's going to be his first. Kiana ultimate would be huge here if he can get a flash over the wall. Bjergsen's flash is still up. If he can get the rest of Clutch, as they are, backs against the wall, it would be gigantic. The turret's only got about a fifth of its HP left, and that's a few shots from the Ezreal. One with that W lock up, and now they're going to be on to Spica. Comes through. Nice job by Smoothie to get the quickness on the rest of Clutch Gaming members so TSM can try to stop the offense, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Clutch has already taken the front end damage if they're going to. A Broken Blade has to sheath the sword. That's going to be it here for Game 3, and Clutch looks to seal the deal and keep the series alive.
Huni is a monster! He just soloed Sven with Sejuani right next to him, diving in on the Aurelia, and Clutch